Hello everyone, welcome back to Fibro Natters. I'm Debbie and I live in the UK. I live with fibromyalgia, if you don't know already, and suspected ME. I am just a Joe Bloggs. I'm a nobody. I'm just a normal person that has decided to do a YouTube channel and talk about the issues we have, the problems we have with living with fibromyalgia and ME, but also the good stuff. I want to start focusing on the good stuff because there is some good stuff. No, I haven't been healed. I'm still living with fibromyalgia. March, April, May, June. So it's been about 13 months for me now. No, it's been longer. Hang on, February, March, April, May, June. About 14 months for me now. And I'm still walking this journey, this fibromyalgia journey. I'm still learning about it. I'm learning about who I am with fibromyalgia, and it's been a long process and I still haven't got many answers, but I have picked up a few tips along the way that have helped me, so they may help somebody else as well. Who knows, they may not. But I think if I've found some little things that help my day, help me to have better days, then there'll be others like me out there that have found things that have helped them have better days too. So hopefully if we all join up somehow and start talking about what we do to have better days, you know, it's going to be great. So yeah, I just think we need to be here supporting each other through it, because we need it. You know, we don't get it from the doctors, or I certainly haven't. I still haven't been told what fibromyalgia is by my GP. And to be honest, I haven't been back to the doctor in, I'd say 2.5 months now, 3 months, because what's the point? She's given me all that I need for now. I've had, you know, the MRIs on my lower back a couple of times. I've had the MRI on my head. I've had the colonoscopy. I've had the bloods. I've been given referrals for different issues. So I've literally grabbed everything I can from the GP. I've told them what I need and that's what they've done for me. I'm done with waiting for them or someone to help me, because no one's going to help me. I had to advocate for myself, and you probably found the same. You've got to advocate yourself. You've got to walk into that surgery and go, right, this is what's happening with me and this is what I need you to do for me. And don't be shy about it. You know, you're not well. They're your GP. It's their job to do everything in their power to make you feel better. So yeah, I'd say I'm really confident at the moment, but that's because I've been there and I've done it, and I'm proud of myself because I've done that. I self-advocated myself, and I should be proud of myself. Why shouldn't I be? So yeah, I wasn't like that when it was all going on and happening. Half the time I was sitting there crying in the surgery. So it hasn't. It's been far from easy. Trust me. Um, as I've said before, half the time I just write what I needed on a bit of paper and I just hand it to the GP and go, there you go. Um, so today I want to talk about the pain diary. And I literally started doing my pain diary probably 3 months after this hit, because there's so much that goes on, isn't there? Or it was for me. That's how it happens for me. I had so many different symptoms all come at me at the same time, or just after the other, and it is a nightmare because you don't know where to start. But I think starting my pain diary helped me manage what was going on with my body and the changes that was going on with my body, and it helped me not feel like I was going mad, because you do feel like you're going mad. You sit there and think, God, am I imagining those things? Are these things really happening to me? Because a lot of the time you hear people saying, yeah, but fibromyalgia is all in the mind, it's not real. And I was going to swear then, I'm not. But we all know that's rubbish. So yeah, the pain diary, I think for someone that's just starting this fibro journey or ME journey, I think personally, from my experience, it really helped a lot, because you just sort of fill it in throughout your day, and add any symptoms that have appeared, or continue to add the symptoms that you have on a daily basis. And I brought in like a colour code, so that it would tell me how strong that pain was that day, or how strong my numbness was that day, how bad my headache was that day. So they, if it was really bad, I put a red dot next to where I'd written it. If it wasn't too bad, then I put an orange one. And if something had improved a little bit, I'd put maybe an orange and a green. But yeah, it slowly helped me to understand what was real and what wasn't real, and it started putting things into perspective, and it did help. And the longer it went on, the more helpful it was. So I'd slowly introduce little things just to see if it made a difference. So as I said, I'd add the magnesium, and I'd wait a couple of months, and then I'd look back in my pain diary and think, oh wow, that has made a bit of a difference actually. My pain doesn't seem as bad, and I'm not as tired as I am for any length of time, and then I added iron, and on top of that I added vitamin C, because apparently vitamin C helps your body absorb the iron. And vitamin D, everybody knows about vitamin D, especially through the winter months when we're snuggled up indoors. So for a person with fibromyalgia like us, that can't get out the house much, who's at my stage, at the stage I am at the moment, where I can't work, I haven't got enough energy to do that, then I need that vitamin D in my body. So I take it, because I'm not getting it from the sun. So there's those little things. And also when you add symptoms and things and how you're feeling as well, what was your mood like that day? Has it made your mental health worse on a particular day? Or has something lifted your mood because you're in less pain? But all these little symptoms and big symptoms, you slowly take from those pain diaries and think, well, actually, that's happening quite often now, so I need to talk to the doctor about that, so add that to the list. Then you'll add something else to the list, and this list gets longer and longer and longer. And in the UK, we're told, when you go to see your GP, you're only allowed to talk about one thing. If you want to talk about two things, you book a double appointment. Well, I find it a lot easier just to write your list, hand it to them, and it literally takes seconds for them to read through it and go, oh, right, okay, this is what's happening with you. So we'll give you this and we'll give you that will help. Or we'll refer you for this or refer you for that. So yeah, I had a lot of things go on. And some of those things that happened in the early days I'm still living with now. I.e., I think I've mentioned before, I'm a right-handed person. But very early on, I realised that if I lift my arm up, my hand shakes, and so if I go to brush my teeth, I was injuring my mouth. I was literally, oh my God, honestly, I was damaging my mouth because my toothbrush would, go all over the place. So for the past year, I've been brushing my teeth with my left hand now. So yeah, that took a bit of getting used to, but I've got used to it now. And if I have a drink, I will drink using my left hand, or if I'm drinking out of my bottle and I forget and put it in my right hand, then I'll support the bottle. So yeah, that's huge, isn't it? That's a big thing that's happened. So it wasn't that long ago I talked to the doctor about it. That was one of the things that was last on my list, believe it or not. And also I get inner tremors where my body inside all the way down trembles inside. You can't see my body physically moving, but inside I can feel it trembling. And this has literally started going down the insides of my arms and the insides of my legs now. And I do find that it's a lot worse if I've overexerted myself. And you'll know about overexerting, sometimes you push through and think, especially if you're still working. I'm not, luckily, but if you are, and you are still doing the pushing through, then you will be overexerting constantly. And these things happen. Your fatigue is a lot worse. You crash more often if you keep pushing through. But yeah, these tremors still happen now. Hence she sent me for the MRI on my head to rule out. I think she thinks she thought I had MS. And there was a risk of that because it's in my family. It was on my dad's side of the family. So in the back of my head I was thinking, God, please don't let it be MS. But deep down I was thinking, no, it is. I know I've got fibromyalgia. So as I said, I had the MRI and that came back clear. And she's referred me to a neurologist twice. I've been referred to the neurologist. There's an 18-month wait to see a neurologist. But to be fair, I think all my symptoms are related to my fibromyalgia. I'm 99% sure. I'm not a doctor. Don't take that as read. But in my opinion, the way I feel, the way I've been finding out about my body, yeah, I know it's all connected. It's all connected to my central nervous system that is in overrides and going skew with and telling my brain, yeah. But yeah, it's really weird because as I'm talking to you about my central nervous system, it's woken up, so I can feel it now, like going like that. It's really so weird, isn't it? So yeah, and also when you look back in your pain diary, as the year has progressed, and I've slowly got a little bit better and a little bit better, I don't think I would have. I know I didn't. I didn't recognise the small changes. But when you look back in your pain diary and realise how bad you were a year ago, how awful it was, and then you come forward a few months and you're like, oh my God, okay, that stopped happening and that's not happening as badly now. It sort of makes you feel like it gives you hope. And I think when you have fibromyalgia, you need that hope. And there's nothing wrong with hoping. And I definitely believe that hope and having a positive mindset, and I know I can hear a lot of you going, oh, for God's sake, here we go. It's my fault. I'm not positive enough. No, I am not saying that. Honestly, if you had met me just 4 or 5 months ago, there's no way on this earth I'd be sitting here doing this video right now. I wouldn't be, because I was still in that. Honestly, for a year I was in that place where I thought, oh my God, like this is what my life's going to be now. I was still learning about fibromyalgia and what this meant and how it was making me feel, and I didn't have any hope at all. I just thought, this is it. This is how I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And like, you see different things on Facebook and online, and some people are going out and they're walking miles and miles, and I thought, right, okay, I can do that. If they can do that, I can do that. And I did it for 3 days. I went out and I walked 2 miles. I didn't sit down, I didn't rest. I just kept pushing through it. And when I felt my body go, oh my God, I can't do this, I was like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Let's just keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. And I managed to do that for 3 whole days. Well, 2 days. The 3rd day, I literally went, I proper crashed. Like, I was out of it for about 4 weeks. And I thought, you stupid woman, what are you doing? And that's when I got really bad inner shakes, and my body, I came back from that 3rd walk and my whole body was shaking and I couldn't, it was awful, honestly. But looking back on that, I realised that, Debbie, you can't have sat on your arse for a whole year because you're so unwell and then go out and walk 2 miles. Yeah, okay, I did it, but I crashed for 4 weeks, and it's not doable. You cannot go from 0 to 100 overnight. You can't. And I've learnt by someone else that has fibromyalgia. She's had it for many, many years, 20 odd years. I'll give her a shout out actually. Her name is Sally Mayor, Mayor, and she set up a Facebook group called Fibro Walkers, and anyone with fibro can join. And I was so lucky to have come across her. I think she posted on a different group about her walking group page, and I thought, oh, I'll check it out. And honestly, as soon as I went on there, my hope lifted. I felt more positive, because it's full of people that have still got that little ray of hope that maybe I can make my days a little bit better, or better than they have been. And when you see those people with fibromyalgia going out walking in the hills of the Peak District, and they put up photos and videos of their walk, and everybody chats about it, and everybody's supportive, and I'll put one up and go, I managed a 20-minute walk today, and everyone's like, they're all like, oh, well done, that's really, really good, well done. And that's the lesson I got from Sally. Sally was like I was a year ago, like shuffling like a 90-year-old woman, but she was like it for years and years and years. And I think at some point she was in a wheelchair. I could be wrong, but I think I remember she wrote an article about it, about her journey. And for many years she's been slowly working on herself and getting better days and better days and better weeks, and now she's climbing mountains. She's climbing Mount Snowdon on a regular basis. She's done it. So it's possible. It's possible that we could do it too. And I think if you're sitting there going, oh, really? Really? That's the spark. And it took me over a year to finally get that spark and go, bloody hell, like, this might not be the rest of my life. Like, it could be better. Even if I don't get that much better, I can get more better days. And I have already been getting better days. And I started walking, and I admit I haven't been out walking for a few weeks actually. I've been in my garden. But yeah, I went out and just walked for 5 minutes and came home. 5 minutes, came back. 5 minutes, came back. And then it went to 10 minutes, came back. 10 minutes, came back. And then it got to 15 minutes, and I'd sit on a bench in the village and I'd rest for 10 minutes, and then and now I do another 15 minutes. So I can walk for 15 minutes, sit, and then do another 15 minutes. I mean, that's half an hour of walking, and I would never have dreamt of doing that 5-6 months ago. No way. And I couldn't have just dreamt about it. I couldn't do it. I actively couldn't do it. But then slowly but surely over the months I have begun to do it. And as soon as you start doing it, it gives you this hope, and you think, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening very, very slowly, but it is happening. So yeah, it's hopeful. It's good to have hope. I've gone off on a tangent again, and I haven't mentioned half of what I was going to mention in this video. But yeah, I was going to talk about the pain diary, wasn't I? And I have talked about it. And it's really funny when I look back in my pain diary, I can see the difference in my writing as well. Like my writing was really bad when I started, because as I say, I get the shakes in my right hand and stuff, but also I can't see very well for very long. And some days I can't write properly. I can't even write my name some days. That's happening less and less. But as I look through my pain diary over the year, my writing's got a little bit better. But I still do have days. I obviously still have days where I can't write, or I can't see anything, or I can't go for a walk, or I can't have a shower. I still have those days. But because I have more better days, just having that feeling of, oh my God, I went for a walk today. Or I did some weeding in the garden today. And me working in my garden is, I'll weed for 5 minutes and then I'll have to rest, and I'll rest for 10 minutes. And then I'll get up and I'll weed again for 5 minutes, and then I have to sit again for 10 minutes. It's not like it used to be. And I don't know whether it'll ever be how it used to be. But I'm taking hope and positivity, and I'm getting more energy, good energy, from doing those little jobs. It's making me feel good, and I like that feeling. So I will continue to take what little tips and ideas that I come across or you give me, and I will try it. You know, I think most of us will try anything. So I'm just putting my story out there, just so that maybe someone will sit there and go, well, oh, bloody hell, is that what I've been doing wrong? I've been trying to walk too far, too often. Because I did. Because I kept thinking, Christ, I've only walked to the end of the path and I've got to come back. What's the point in that? I won't bother anymore. What's the point? Because I'm not getting anything from it. I'm just walking to the end of my path and I've got to come back again. And when you're in that mindset, it's very hard to see the wood for the trees. You're like, okay, that's it, that's me, I'm done. But that was in those months where I was still very unwell, and there's no way on earth I could have even attempted to do what I'm doing now. So I think you've got to be at that stage in fibromyalgia where it gently eases off a bit and you gently start feeling a little better. And you have to start recognising those days. And don't go mad on those days. Just think, oh, okay, I'll go for a little 5-10 minute walk and then I'll come home. And those little walks get longer and longer. And it makes you feel really good. And there's nothing wrong with feeling good, is there? So yeah, if this gives you a little bit of hope, and you think, I can slowly start seeing the wood for the trees, then give it a go. Don't go mad. Give it a go. And I'm still doing my Tai Chi every morning. So yeah, I'll still continue doing the good things if they're going to make me feel a little bit better. So here's to better days. Onwards and upwards. I will love you and leave you because I'm nearly up to half an hour and I don't edit my videos. That's it. This is what you get. So I will love you and leave you. I'm sending healing to you all, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.